Okay, this is the demonstration for how to create something out of paper mache that's three-dimensional. I've got a stack of newspaper here. I've got my masking tape. I have my reference drawing. You guys are going to be making food items, and I would definitely caution you on picking anything super complicated because this is newspaper and this isn't going to be easy to translate very fine details in. You want to get into the detail work when you go to paint the item, okay? So your first step is to take sheets of newspaper. So I would open them up like this, okay? And I would start wadding them up loosely to kind of create the shape that you're going for. Now I'm going for a strawberry shape. Right now, I kind of have my elongated oval shape already going. And so what I have to do from here is just kind of build off of that. And so one way I can do that is just kind of continue to wrap the newspaper around that shape, kind of keeping that shape as close to what I'm going for as possible. Now it's just a matter of getting it as large as I need it to be. Okay. Now I'm going for kind of a cantaloupe shape. All right, so I'm rather, instead of cantaloupe shape, more of a cantaloupe size. Okay. All right, and every so often, if you want to just throw a piece of tape on there to kind of hold it in place, you can do that too. If I can tear it off, I will do that. And I'm just kind of taping it down. And this doesn't have to be super perfect just yet, okay? Once I've gotten the shape that I'm kind of looking for, then I can kind of mash it and smush it and kind of round out the edges however I see fit. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. I'm just trying to get my overall shape. I kind of want a flattened top. And I want there to be definitely more at the top than I have at the bottom. So I've kind of got that shape going here, if you see it. Once you get the paper mache started, this shape won't look nearly as lumpy. It will start looking a lot better. But you just have to work at getting the shape that you're going for using this newspaper. And so I want you to also notice, if you can remember this from Art 1, we don't want to use a lot of masking tape on this. And the reason we don't want to use a lot is because the paper mache paste doesn't like to stick to the masking tape very well. So if we use minimal bits of masking tape to hold it down and just hold it into the shape we're going for, then we should be pretty good. So right now I've kind of gotten my strawberry-esque shape going. I think I want to go for a little bit bigger. So I'm just going to continue this process, because I had kind of envisioned something a little bit larger than this when I was coming up with this demonstration. Sometimes it helps to tear off several bits of tape, put it on the side of the table or desk that you're working on, just so that you don't have to let go of your shape to grab tape. I'm just kind of smushing it into place. Down here at the bottom is where it gets a little bit more complicated. And I'm just taping it down, just so that it holds. That's really all my goal is, just to get it to stay in the shape that I'm going for. All right, so that's probably a good size for my strawberry shape. So I can stop there. At this point, Then what I would do is any added details that I'd like to put on here is when this is the point in which I would add those. So I might want to do the cap on top of the strawberry, the, what is that, the leaves or whatever they are. I might want to do something like this on top. And so I took a piece of cardboard. Now you don't have to use cardboard for this. You can if you want to. I chose to. But basically I just cut this chunk out of a piece of cardboard. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to, you kind of probably remember this from Art 1, where you kind of round out those pieces so that they're going to fit nicely on top of my strawberry in kind of a curved fashion. Okay, so at this point I would then tape this on top of here, and you can tape the pieces down if you want to. You can leave some of them popped up. You know, I just kind of, you know, go with the flow on this one. And you just kind of have to play around with it. Now, that is one of the easiest ways to put the top on. I'm feeling like it's a little large. So at this moment, I might want to trim the pieces a little bit, just to get them to be a little more the size that I was going for. So I'm just doing this with a pair of scissors. Be careful you don't cut yourself. And then if I want to, like I said, tape them down, I would use tape rolls on the back because I want to kind of keep the integrity of this shape showing. I don't want it to disappear. So I'm just using tape rolls to kind of secure those pieces down a little bit. And at this point, I'm ready to paper mache. So if you choose something simple, you could technically have the design completed and ready to go paper mache wise in about 10 to 15 minutes.